Welcome to the Sports Star, Week 5 predictions. Today we are going over, obviously, Week 5, and we're going over every game just in case, because we know there's an outbreak in a few of the teams' locker rooms, and so we're just going to predict their games just in case. So, first, we're going to predict the Buccaneers versus the Bears. Obviously, I think the Buccaneers will have the edge over the Bears in this one because Tom Brady and Mike Evans, we found out last week, are amazing together, and I think if they continue that relationship, QB and wide receiver, I think they could potentially be one of the best duos in the league.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I think this could be a closer game than people are expecting because I think that Nick Foles is a better quarterback for this system than Mitch Trubisky, just because I feel like, well, one, he has more experience with his offense. I mean, Matt Nagy was with the Chiefs while Nick Foles was with them. So I like this matchup for them. So, yeah.
Yeah, so now with the Bills and Titans, I
definitely think. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I definitely think the Buccaneers should be favorites in this game, but I definitely think. I don't think that it's as wide of a margin as some people think.
Yeah. So now moving on to the Bills and Titans. I'm not sure if this game will be played necessarily, but even if they did play, I think the Titans have just lost too many players that actually make an impact on the team to actually win the game. So 2 more people tested positive today, and one of them was Corey Davis, the guy they've been relying on since A.J. Brown has been hurt. And if the other, I think it could potentially be the other player. It might be, what's his name? Ryan Tannehill. And they did sign 2 veteran players today, so but since all those players have been down and hurt, or I mean not hurt, been infected, I do think the Bills will end up winning this game because obviously their whole team's healthy right now.
Okay, so A.J. Brown should be playing this week. First off, I Googled it a while ago. He should be playing this week.
Oh.
So I definitely I just don't think that. I mean, I feel like it'll be a close game. I know that the Bills are really good, but I think there's a chance. I think this is gonna be a close game because I think they're both similar offenses. I just think they are similar offenses and I think it is a toss-up. But yeah, I could see both teams winning this.
Yeah, because obviously Josh Allen has had an incredible season so far.
Yeah.
And Ryan Tannehill, But but the thing is that the Bills don't really have a run game.
True.
And the Titans, basically, Derrick Henry will run over you. But obviously, the Bills' defense is insane, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Now, moving on to the Jaguars versus the Texans. I can't believe I'm saying this. I mean, I would not have believed I would have been saying this, but I have to go with the Jaguars here, obviously, because not only are they going to be under a new head coach, a new GM, and not only do they not have the best weapon, one of the best weapons in the league that they traded off this offseason because of Bill O'Brien. But I do, since it's not Bill O'Brien, I do think it could be a better game than we expected than it would be if he was still on the team. So but I still think the Jaguars have a better offense currently. And so I've got the Jaguars winning this one, but I do think it could be close.
I feel like both teams are going to lose. I think that's how the season is going. Both teams are going to lose. Both teams are going to get a loss this week. It's not even going to be a tie. It's just going to be a loss. Both teams are just going to lose. But yeah, I mean, honestly, though, I feel like the Texans. Okay, the Texans' talent. If we're just comparing talent versus talent, Texans should win. If we're going off of this season, Jags should win. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Because obviously Minshew. Do you think Minshew will come back next year?
No. Well, it depends. It depends on what position the Jags get. Because I mean, if they Minshew to keep the starting job has to get the Jags to a position that so the Minshew has to get to a position that the Jags can't draft a quarterback.
Yeah, I
They get
do
the choice
think.
of not sticking to him.
Yeah, I do think this is too early to tell, but like if they do end up drafting a quarterback in the draft and him end up being the starter, I could potentially see Minshew if the Jets end up winning a few more games. I could see Minshew getting traded to the Jets. Like he is a complete upgrade from Sam Darnold. But anyway, now moving on to the Bengals and Ravens. Obviously, I think the Ravens will win this one. I don't have to think twice about this, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah. The Ravens game, you mean?
Yeah, the Ravens.
Oh yeah, the Ravens are going to win this game, no doubt. I don't even have to focus on this game.
Yeah. Okay, now with the Panthers and Falcons, I think the Falcons will end up winning, but I do think it's going to be a pretty close game. They're both pretty similar. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey's hurt. He's actually coming back pretty soon if you think about it. If he, if what, if his injury was for a few 4 weeks or 6 weeks, I don't know, but I do think the Falcons will win this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the worst of it. Okay, so my division rankings for this year are the bottom two are the NFC South and the NFC North. No, not North, the East, which is the Eagles division. Both divisions are trash. I mean, the number one team for the South is the Buccaneers, who are 2-1, but there's no other division one with a team over 500. And yeah, I think they're definitely the worst.
Yeah, so now with the Raiders versus the Chiefs, I think obviously the Chiefs win. Do you think the Chiefs go undefeated this season? I know that's a stretch, but like,
I don't think they're gonna go undefeated this year. I just don't think that's a possibility. But I think it is definitely possible.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. But I do have the Chiefs winning this one. I think by at least 14. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
So now with the Cardinals and Jets, I have to go with the Cardinals here. Jets obviously on a downfall. Their head coach is not doing too well. I think it's a similar situation to Bill O'Brien. Obviously, the Jets are 0-4, and I think that the Cardinals obviously have a better offense, but their defense just hasn't been looking good. And if we're comparing offense to offense, defense to defense, Cardinals offense would obviously destroy. And their defense would. I think their Cardinals defense is way better than the Jets defense, so I have to go with the Cardinals here.
Yeah. Yeah, the Jets, in my opinion, are the worst team in this division. I just don't think they have very much talent. I mean, Le'Veon Bell is sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. He's not very good anymore. I wish the Jets would just trade him. I think he definitely has some talent left. I just think that they're just using him wrong.
Yeah. Now with the Eagles and Steelers, I have to go with the. Depends on how. Never mind. I think the Steelers will win this one, but I do think it's going to be close. What do you think?
Um, yeah, the Steelers should win this game. The Eagles are just they're just so inconsistent. I just wish they would start. I wish they would just start Hurts. I think this is gonna be a lost season for them. First off, don't think they're gonna make the playoffs because they're not. They have no chance to make wow. I don't see that happening. So the only way they can do is win the division, which could happen. So
Yeah. Okay.
There's not gonna be a wild. I don't think there's gonna be a wild card out of. I think the wild card's gonna either come in the North.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I feel like my wild card picks are the Vikings. No, not the Vikings. Sorry, that was last year's wild card. The Bears. I feel like they could. Then the Saints. I think could be a wild card, and then I don't know who the next team is, but yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Chargers. I don't know.
Maybe no. Chargers aren't an NFC team.
Oh, what am I thinking? Okay. Now with the Rams in Washington, I think Rams will win this game, but do you think maybe if Alex Smith, I think they should just turn to Alex Smith at this point.
I heard that they're going with what's the backup? Not Alex Smith. Who's the other guy?
Oh, the guy that was starting for the Panthers last year because of Oh. What is his name? I'm totally blanking.
Kyle Davis. Kyle something.
Kyle. Anyway, yeah, they're going with him.
Yeah, they're starting him for this week at least. Yeah, I agree with you. I think they definitely should. I feel like if Alex Smith starts that game this year, he deserves comeback player of the year.
Oh yeah. Okay. But I do think the Rams will end up winning this one.
Kyle Allen, that's his name.
Kyle Allen, yes. I think the Rams will win this one. What do you think? Who do you think will win?
Yeah, I think the Rams should win this game. So, yeah.
Okay. Now with the Dolphins and 49ers, I think the 49ers will win, and Tua will get a few snaps. I know I've been saying this all year, but we'll see. I think the 49ers, I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come back, and I don't know if Raheem Mostert's going to come back. Obviously, one of the two most dynamic players offensive-wise. If that's the case, then I do think the 49ers will win. But obviously, they've been playing well. Their backup's been decent and winning some games. So I think the 49ers will win this one either way if Jimmy Garoppolo is back or not.
Yeah, so here's what I think. So I think that I believe they're going with C.J. Beathard, or is it? Do you know if they're trying to C.J. Beathard or the other Nick Mullins? They're trying to C.J. Beathard. But yeah, so I think that this is going to be a close game because both, the 49ers are injured to Houston, and the Dolphins just don't have that much talent yet. So I think this could be a close game. I think it'll be a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, now with the Giants and Cowboys, I have the Cowboys, maybe? I think the Cowboys will win this one.
Yeah, I think Cowboys. I told you that this is the worst division, but I think that Giants are supremely. I think if you gave the Cowboys Bill Belichick, they would go 16-0. just because they have so much talent on their roster, especially on the offense. I mean, they have 3 starting wide receivers. I mean, their defense is good. I'd say a bit above average.
Yeah.
Their quarterback is top tier. Yeah.
Okay. Now with the full Broncos and Patriots. Patriots win this one if Cam Newton's back. Broncos win this one if Cam Newton is not.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that. I think Broncos. I don't see the Broncos winning unless the Patriots lose 90% of their roster.
Yeah.
They just had so many injuries.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean Drew Lock, Philip Lindsay, obviously, what's his name? Von Miller. They've lost key pieces in their offense. So
look at their defense. They lost Jarrell Casey. They lost Von Miller, and they lost 90% of the rest of the roster.
Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots here. Now with you make a good point. Now with the Colts and Browns, man, these two teams have been playing on fire. Colts after their first loss, obviously winning 3 in a row. Browns with their week 1 their only loss.
I think so.
Browns with week 1 first loss.
Did you see that last week the block kick that turned into a touchdown?
No, I didn't hear.
So I was watching the red zone for so I could watch the games, and so the Browns are kicking a field goal to go by. I don't remember how much they would go up by. The Cowboys block it. I feel like everybody on the team touched it. Bounced around for 7 minutes. And then they scored, and then the Browns scored a touchdown.
Oh my. That's insane. That kind of reminds me of the Titans game last year when they blocked the field goal against the Colts.
It was funnier than this because it bounced around so much.
Yeah. Okay, I think the Browns are on fire. No one can stop Baker Mayfield. That is on fire, and obviously, I think the Browns could potentially. I think the Browns will win this one. Surprisingly enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Colts. I just don't know what the Colts. I mean, they're such they can bounce so much. I feel like they could be good, but
if they were in any other division other than the Chiefs and Ravens, or other than the Chiefs and Browns division, I think they could potentially, maybe if they're in the NFC, but I think they could be a pretty big Super Bowl contender if they were in a different division. And if they were in a different conference, I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay, so now with the Vikings-Seahawks almost done, I say the Seahawks here, but Dalvin Cook's been on fire. He's the first-ranked running back currently, and I do think the Seahawks are going to win.
Yeah, so I like the Vikings the Seahawks for this game just because Russ should. I think Russ could get MVP this week, this year. I mean,
yeah, he's the first-ranked quarterback right now.
And I think this could be his first MVP vote.
Yeah.
Which I think was weird. I remember seeing that. I mean, it was weird as He's never got because his 3 best seasons have come with like 3 crazy seasons from somebody else. Like he was really good last year with Lamar, really good the year before. We had Mahomes, and I don't remember the third season, but like somebody else was like a really cool.
Yeah, I have to go with the Seahawks here, obviously.
Yeah.
That's a pretty obvious pick. Now with the Chargers and Saints, I think the Saints could potentially win this, but we're not sure if Michael Thomas is going to be back. We see how much of an impact Michael Thomas brings to the Saints, or either that or just Drew Brees is getting old. But I have to go with the Chargers here if Michael Thomas is back, but I'm pretty sure he won't be, so I think the Chargers will win.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like this is gonna be a wasted season for them.
Yeah. And it's a pretty good season to, be bad because of obviously the great talent they have in this upcoming draft, and Trevor Lawrence, obviously, they're in. I never thought I'd say this, but they're in a competition with the Jets to get Trevor Lawrence. I'd say.
Yeah, I just this year might be the weirdest year quarterback wise because look at the teams. We got the Broncos who have their quarterback possibly, the Jets who supposedly have their quarterback, and then the Texans who definitely have their quarterback. Top 3 picks. There could only be one quarterback selected.
Maybe, I don't know. If Justin Fields drops, I'm sure someone's gonna pick him up in the late first round, but no one's gonna need him. Like they've got most of these teams have already found their franchise quarterback for the next few years. Obviously, the Colts could obviously pick him up or we don't. We'll see. But I got the Chargers winning this one.
Okay, it's weird. I feel like this would make every every NFL fan mad. But I could honestly see Trevor Lawrence going to the Patriots, which would make everybody mad just because they're especially this year because they're meant to be kind of good.
I know. Well, where would Cam go? They just trade him?
He's a free agent quarterback after this year.
Yeah, true. So yeah, that'll wrap up today's video. So hope you guys liked it. Please like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Thank you guys.
Yep. See you guys next time.